Thank you, Honorable Lee, and it's so nice to see him. He comes to a lot of Korean events in Chicagoland, and so it's always an honor to have him here in support. So speaking of support, we are here for a very specific reason. We are here to raise funds to support this very, very important group. The Sejong Cultural Society has continually provided Korean culture, not just for people like me who are second generation, like a Kyopo, but also people who are immigrants, 1.5 generation we say, or adoptees that Martha will talk about later, and also everybody in between. So without your very generous and kind support, the Korean culture it'd be very difficult to be shared among everybody, which is what this group does with passion. I'd like to introduce Dr. Lucy Park.
Thank you for coming on Sunday afternoon. It is a really great honor to have all of you. Sejong Cultural Society grew to be the present the organization because of your support, and also there are many others who could not attend here, but without the supporters, we could not have done the work. So we were formed as a non-profit organization in 2003 and started program in 2004. So our mission is advance awareness of understanding of Korea's cultural heritage among people in US. So it's not only Korean American, but also we want to reach out to Americans. And our focus is young generation and using Western media, writing in English and performing music in Western instruments such as piano and violin. So we want to bring elements of Korean culture into the US culture so everybody can see element of Korean culture in US culture. So we have 시조 category and essay category in writing competition. So we used to have it only for 18 years and younger, and this year we added 19 years and older. There is no age limit. So if there is any 시조 poet in this room, or you never tried 시조 writing, but if you want to try, please write and then send it. The adult division first prize is $1,000. So essay category, we have a junior division for Korean folktales. Senior and adult division topic is short story written by Korean author. This year is Pyun Hae-young, who is a very talented story writer. And we also added the extended age up to 30 years. So I'm sure there are many who can write short essays about the short story. Yeah, the entire story is on our website. And we've had about 1,500 to 1,900 entries from all over the country. And actually, writing competition, we have more than 90% of non-Koreans. So our next writing competition deadline is March 31st, 2019. So please visit our website and teach yourself 시조, and then teach your friends and children and everybody, and English teachers about 시조 and our Korean fiction. And then, like you see, these winners are from all over the country, so we don't have a big award ceremony or photo session. We just send them the certificate and prize money. And some of the comments we receive from these students are in our program book. So when you have chance to, please read and see what they are experiencing by participating in our competition. So some did it because the teachers, we send notice to the teachers. The teachers ask students to send in essays and 시조 to us, and then they get a credit. So some said, well, I did it because of my teacher, and wow, I got the prize, and they were so happy. And but many students said, by participating in our competition, they had chance to learn about Korean culture, and they want to learn more about our Korean culture. So this planning committee is very international. So we have professors from Harvard University, Brigham Young University, British Columbia, SUNY New Paltz, and then 2 professors in Korea, and Martha Vickery, who is sitting right here. So they are the planning committee. And actually, before I go to music competition, we have also judges who are university professors, but also very promising writers, authors of many books. And we are so honored to have one of our writing competition judge here, Professor Ho, Junok Ho, flew in from Colorado to participate in this event. Please stand up. So she teaches English literature at University of Colorado, and happened to be my high school classmate. And she called me last weekend and said, I want to be here. So she flew in this morning. Thank you. And the music competition is, we have piano and violin in a different age group, and they have to perform a short piece containing a Korean traditional musical theme. Our 15th annual competition will be held in November, and we will need help. If you have time to help us on November 4th, Sunday, it will be at UIC, and if you can help us, that would be great. And again, the planning committee, this is more local because the students have to come to UIC to perform, so students are coming from Midwest, but including some students from Michigan, Iowa, Indiana, surrounding state. So planning committee members are the Professor Hong at Joseon University, Wheaton Conservatory, Northern Illinois University, NEIU, and Sejong Bae is a violinist at CSO. And we are very lucky to have 2 planning members, Professor Hong and Professor Kim. Please stand up. Thank you very much for your support and all the. Okay, Professor Hong is shy, who's sitting right next to her. So. So you may wonder, with music competition, all the participants are really hardcore musicians, but it's not like that. So there was a time that this student was so autistic, couldn't go to regular school, but he really enjoyed playing piano. So her teacher brought him to our competition. So in order to come to competition, he had to practice, and he really had to be prepared to perform in front of a judge. And after he finished, he cried because he was so happy that he was able to do that. And we prepared a very beautiful certificate of merit, and they were really happy. So it's people come to our competition not only for the same reason. There are many different people who benefit from this, and they also enjoy this required piece that contain Korean musical theme. And then we had a Sejong Prize competition for composers, and this is the winner's concert we had at University of Chicago several years ago. And the planning committee members, this is international too, USA, UK, Korea, and Germany. So these people helped to carry out our composition competition. So the statistics of how many students participate, it is in our program book. So altogether add up music competition, we had almost 1,000 participants. And writing competition, almost 14,000, and essay, and we have more participation in the Shijo competition. The Americans really like Shijo. Koreans are just beginning to learn to realize our old poetry form. And composition competition, the last one was from 2015. And then we work with educators, so we do Shijo workshop for K-12 educators, English teachers and social study teacher. one of the teacher in Denver is a history teacher, but she said, well, Sejong is part of culture, so she teaches Sejong in the history class. So we have done a workshop in many different cities, and some teachers asked, how do we teach Sejong? So we visited high school where the Sejong is taught. We videotape them and then put it on our website. So when you have time, please visit and then look at this Sejong class. Virginia, Wisconsin, Colorado, and Tennessee. There are many more teachers who are teaching Sejong. And then we also videotaped Sejong class for elementary students in 2017. It is also on the website. And then we had several events as Poetry Foundation, and Professor McCann gave lecture, and we had the Sejong readings and many other events. And we used very famous Korean author Lee Mun-yeol's short story. So at that time, we asked Mr. Yi to visit Chicago, so we had an event here. And Poetry Foundation asked us to help them to organize this the poetry reading by poet Koon. And WFMT had a program that introduced Korean composers. So at that time, we visited Seoul and interviewed many composers. It was aired in WFMT in 2015. And at that time, Jesse McCarter went to Seoul with us, who is a very good recording producer. Where is Jesse? Hi, Jesse. So we have done many good collaboration. And then we had a concert about music with Korean themes at the Chicago Cultural Center, Roosevelt University. And as Consul General mentioned, we wanted to make Sejong into songs, because in old days, our ancestors sang Sejong. We call Sejong Chang. So we wanted to make Sejong into more modern form song. So we contacted some hip hop group and then made the Sejong hip hop song. And it was performed at Andrew Beck Gallery and then also at the Poetry Foundation. At the Poetry Foundation in October of 2017, we had modern hip-hop song. There are some classical songs, or the Korean art song made with Korean Sejong. And then we had composers who wrote music with Sejong, including Miss Kim, the Professor Kim, who is sitting at the back table. And then, of course, the hip-hop artists. So they were so impressed that they want to present this at the Rush Hour concert, which is a very prestigious concert series in downtown next summer. She said it is prestigious. Jan knows that. Okay, so I just want to finish with this Sejong written by Linda Sue Park. When the professionals play, it's like watching a metronome. Rocket to rocket and back again. And the ball keeps a perfect steady beat. When I'm on the court with my friends, we improvise jazz, hip hop. So Sejong can be really fun, and the children can learn not only Korean culture, but this is a new genre of poetry that can make American culture very rich. Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Park. That's wonderful. It's been so nice to see the arc of this important cultural institution. So I just want to remind everybody that the silent auction, we've got 2 lovely pieces of artwork and also some very lovely wine. The silent auction will end at the end of dinner. And we're going to enjoy our dinner now. So feel free in between the courses or afterwards to, if you go for a little walk, please take a look at what silent auctions there are. And please enjoy your dinner. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you.